Oh, really? Oh, really? So, my buddy Cleetus McFarland thinks that I spun myself on purpose to get my spot back and get him penalized. No. Now, I mean, just look at. I mean, it's so silly I don't even know what to say. And then some of you guys, or some fans of his, have been coming to my YouTube channel and leaving comments as if it's true. Well, I can tell you 100% that it's not. Even if I'm looking you right in the eye, I can say, I won. I slipped. You see it? Yeah, I slipped. I did not spin myself out on purpose. Now, what I did do is I thought I was about to the car was about to hook up and it was gonna snatch towards the outside wall. I didn't want that to happen. So I did straighten the steering wheel out. He did catch it. He saw it with his own eyes, and it's obviously on his camera. But at that point, it was just hands going everywhere. Throttle was pinned to the floor, trying to get it corrected, because the last thing I want to do is spin out again in front of the entire field. Yeah, that was the second time he spun me out. Y'all remember that? The first time, like, knocked me silly. Like, I blacked out. Like, he hit me so hard, it was like, whoa, what just happened? But after that wreck, getting hit in the door by whoever it was that piled into me on the passenger side door, I thought my race was over after the first time. But when I pulled back out on track, the steering wheel was still pointed straight. I was like, oh, okay. And then came on the radio and they said, 78, back to the front. I said, okay, that works. Now, just for a clarification on that, the way I understand the Cleetus McFarland Racing Series rules, because later in the race, the caution flags don't count, when there's a caution, the positions go back to the previous completed lap. So that makes it to where I think the exception is if you're in the wreck. Now, if you get spun out, even if it's by Mr. McFarland himself, if they tell me to go back to the front, I'm going back to the front. Same thing happened in 2.4 Hours of Le Mullet's 22, when I got spun out later in the race, and then they put me back up to the front, and then Kurt Busch spun me out on the last lap. You know, I guess the last lap, maybe all bets are off. But anyways, let's get to the second time he spun me out. So after getting spun out the first time and getting run into by everybody, thinking the car was wrecked but not wrecked, here I am backwards again. And I'm just hoping nobody else runs into me. And George actually bumped me a little bit on the left front. Not his fault at all. You know, it's Cleetus' fault. He spun me out. So when he bumped a little on the left front, it actually did mess the steering up. So the steering wheel was crooked for the rest of the race. I even told Eddie on the radio, I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna handle as good as it did before, because the front wheels are pointed towards each other now, like the front was towed in. But anyway, yes, I was sliding a little bit before he hit me, but that was a controlled slide. once you get run into, because I was kind of like, if y'all didn't notice, I was consistently, if you go back and watch Cleetus' video, watch the other, he's got the best video because he's got the in-car behind me, because, you know, I was leading him most of the race. And he was behind me for at least a few laps. And even he said it in his video, he just couldn't keep up with me after a couple of laps. Well, that's because our lines and our driving styles differ. So I said it in my video about the race. If you go back and watch it, you'll see where I said it there, but I'm gonna say it here too. My driving style, I kind of float the car in a little loose on entry, which you saw in his video, and then pick up the throttle mid-corner, and I'm a higher track entry, like I'm farther up towards the top of the track, and then I can pick up the throttle sooner through the middle, and then it gives me a better run down the straightaway, which is what I was doing. Now, unfortunately, it's a little bit slower of an entry, and because it's a wider arc, and it leaves the bottom open for wild drafts that just dive in and, oh, there's an opening, I'm gonna get in there. And so that's what happened. That's what started it. So honestly, I would put that last one closer to being a racing incident than the first one. The first one, old Cleeter got down in the dirt, lost grip on the left side tires, and you can watch that happen from his in-car. All of a sudden he cranks a bunch of wheel in it when it loses front grip. He cranks the wheel hard to the left and still just plows up into me because he only had one tire. One of his front tires had grip. And here I am on the outside all gripped up, just rolling. So the second one though, he just snuck her in there, gave me a little smooch, as he call it. And he wants to say it's a smooch. Okay, maybe. I was gonna say more of a smack, but regardless, the officials decided to send him to the back and give me my spot back. Now, I got rolling again after that, and I was like 3rd or 4th place, I think, after, because actually George straightened me back out after that. So with the caution that happened behind us, even if they had re-racked us and I was in 4th or 5th, I think I could have got back up front. Now when you're in the pack, you know, you're vulnerable to getting rubbed up on and run over and wrecked and tires popped and end up in somebody else's mess that's crashing in front of you. Yeah, that's a possibility, but I think I could have powered my way back up there. Y'all noticed I had the restarts down, and I've got some tricks on the restart. Some people have noticed I've got some trickery. And then some people are saying, it's just the car. I mean, there is a factor that the car plays in. Obviously, Indy car was not a car that was capable of running up front until it overheated, and even before it overheated, it was not there. So I like to think, and this is just my opinion, but if I've got a car that is at least top 5 for speed, I'm gonna be top 5 or better. Like, I'm gonna be at the low single digit numbers if I've got a car that's let's say even top 10 fast. I think I've proven to you guys that, like, I can run up towards the front. I don't know, that's my opinion. And I mean, you know, when we look at some of the evidence, now yeah, only 4 of those are circle track. There's 1 Burnout Rivals, 1 drag race. My New England 900 trophy is still in Bradenton, and I'm gonna try and go get it this weekend. Hopefully it hasn't been sabotaged by this guy. Don't it just spun out on purpose. No. When you get spun out in front of the field, you get run into by other people, and then you break a tie rod, or you cut a tire, and then you're definitely at the back of the pack. The last thing I want to do is end up sideways or backwards in front of the field. No matter who's doing the rubbing on me, Mr. Cleetus. That frame shot just kind of cracks me up. Anyways, Cleetus and I have actually been talking about this, texting back and forth, and he told me before his video came up, he's like, just go right to minute 41. Don't even watch the beginning. He said, fire up my video and go right to 41. And so I did, and I was dying laughing. I'll tell you guys that. Like, yes, this racing is fun, but it's racing. And I've seen some people say that I try too hard. I will tell you guys, and I would think that anybody else that races in those races, everybody wants to win. So everybody is trying hard. It's racing. You guys wouldn't appreciate us just going out there and running laps. I mean, I kind of had similar thoughts after the giant wreck I caused at Bristol, which I felt bad about for a long time. But still, if we weren't racing hard and making risky moves, what excitement would there be in watching us? So, yeah, if I'm racing in these things, I'm trying hard. I want to finish well, because that's fun. It's fun for me. I like racing. I like winning. Win with KSR. It's in our little hashtag for the shop. So, I'm gonna leave that with you guys. I thought it was something funny to do, a little different. Issue a response to Mr. Cleetus. And I will say, I'm gonna end this video off. So, one thing I am gonna say is, had I not been sent back to the front, and the next time I caught Cleetus, I might have had to return the favor. That's racing, right? Somebody's gonna use me up, I'm gonna use them up. It's not a smart way to race, because that whole potential getting into a wreck thing, and then having somebody else run into you and actually damage your car where it's not race worthy anymore. But I might have had to return the favor after that one. Late in the race, whoo boy, everybody would have hated me after that. But I mean, if he spun me out twice and got away with it, I have to do something. Anyways, appreciate all y'all checking out this little short video. The next race could be real fun. Or maybe Cleetus and I just have a shootout ourselves at the track. Maybe that's something I need to see if I can get set up with Mr. Cleetus McFarland. Head down to the Freedom Factory, have us like 10 lap shootouts. Because if I just drive away from him and he can't catch me, that'd be kind of boring. But if we have to have a restart every time, it can make it exciting. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if you think that's something I should try to help set up. Yeah. And while you're here, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. You know, hopefully we'll be doing some more videos, just not all about shop work, which should have another one tomorrow. We put the body back on Val Morris's Camaro today. So there's a video that I'll be editing after I get home tonight and edit that one. But and actually I am working on the previous races from last year. Let me know if you want to see those too. The Crown Vic races from last year. I finally switched to a Mac computer, and it's sped up the editing of the large clips because I don't have to wait hours for them to process in my PC laptop, or my old, I guess it's, Windows-based laptop. And yeah, you can tell when I switched to the Mac computer. If you notice that they're not ending on the even minute like I did for years. So the last 4 videos, including this one, I haven't quite figured out how to make it end exactly at the minute with the Mac computer and Final Cut Pro. I'll figure it out eventually, but at this point I haven't. And by the time the video processes after editing, it just hasn't been worth going back and trying to fix it. I know, it bothers me, it really does. But anyways, appreciate everybody watching, subscribing, commenting, giving a thumbs up on the video. That helps more people see the video. And I can't thank you guys enough, and Cleetus, for including me in these Crown Vic races with, you know, the whole Cleetus group and everything. With all the joking aside, it's been absolutely awesome to be a part of. And, you know, yes, I enjoy racing it, and yes, I enjoy winning them, but when I do get beat, you guys will see I'm one of the first people to congratulate the winner. Like, from JH beating me earlier this year in the Ranger races, to him winning the Freedom 500, to Cleetus winning the Freedom 500 last year. Like, I do my best to get down there, get through the mess of after the fireworks and everything, to get down there and congratulate the winner, because winning these things is something. Like, it's, you know, it's something. So can't wait to see you guys all at the next event. I know we've got some coming up with, we're getting ready for LS Fest. Going to be taking Soccer Mom and the Burnout car there, which I still have to do a video on the new Burnout car engine. Yeah, got to get that done. We're going to be dynoing that. We're going to be dynoing Soccer Mom again. We've got Val's Camaro. Lots of progress coming on it. Should be a video tomorrow if I can get home and get that edited. But that's going to do it for this video, for real this time. We'll see you guys tomorrow. You catch our video tomorrow.